Oops. So, where is it? Here it is. Okay, so let me show you how RFQbeast works. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to log in. So to log in, it's very simple. You just authenticate with your Gmail account and you're in. The second thing you want to do is you want to connect your Gmail to RFQbeast. And the process is quite simple. You come to the profile, you go to settings, and here at the bottom of the settings, you have an option to connect your Gmail. What this is going to do is once you give it permission, it will allow that every communication that you make to suppliers is done with your own email address. This way, the suppliers will recognize you as the person that wants to talk to them, that wants to collect information from them. So let's connect the Gmail. The process is also quite simple. It's just giving permissions through Gmail. In this case, it's not yet verified. Hopefully it gets verified. You accept and then you allow permissions to your Gmail account. And there it is. The Gmail is connected. Let's save. Go back to chat, and now you can start your supplier search. So let's say find me 5 suppliers for wood in Europe, and he's now going to go through the database we have of suppliers and find you 5 suppliers. It could be 10, it could be 20. And now he's asking me like if I want any type of specific wood because I requested wood. I'm going to say general wood, any type of wood. So he's now going to find these suppliers in the database that fit this criteria of your search. You can be as specific, as granular as you want. He's asking me if I want a specific quantity. I'm going to say skip quantity for now, and I'll show you later. And he's going to go through our database and find suppliers that meet this criteria, in this case, suppliers of wood in Europe that have website, email, and phone number available. And if he doesn't find that, he's going to search for them. He's going to use our deep research to find those contact numbers and add them to your dashboard later. Okay, so there it is. He found 5. And with these 5 in Europe, the location, he provided website, email, and phone number. This one he didn't found, but what he's going to do is we're going to have your contact enrichment agent in the background working, and then he's going to add these contacts that are missing to the suppliers tab, okay? But for now, let's use what we have. We have their emails, which is what matters, and we want to generate RFQs for these suppliers, right? So what he's going to do is, in my profile, I've set up how I want these RFQs to be structured, but one thing I left blank was the quantity because I wanted to show you how it works. So now he's going to generate everything, the RFQ for each one of these suppliers and what it's going to look like. And you're going to be able to edit whatever you want in that RFQ. Okay, so let's see what it shows. There it is. It generated an RFQ, in this case for the first, but all the other ones will be different. They'll just send it to all the different suppliers he found. So in this case, there it is. He added my company, my address that I added in my profile, everything I want. He didn't add quantity, as you can see here, but he added everything else. He added my delivery address, my payment terms, the required delivery date, delivery conditions, etc. Right? So now I want to change quantity to let's say 20,000 plywood planks, let's say 50 by 150 centimeters. Okay, so now he's going to edit the RFQ with my specific information, and I'll then going to be able to send it to the suppliers. You can edit whatever you want, however you want. You can tell him exactly how you want the RFQ to be, right? So let's see what he does now. It's going to take a few seconds to process and edit all the RFQs. There it is. He added plywood planks, 20 pieces, specifications, 50 by 150 sending me this plywood planks. Perfect. So now if I click send, he's going to send it to all these suppliers, to the emails that they found here, as you can see. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to annoy the supplier. So I'm going to ask him send the RFQs to published. I'm going to send it to my email so that then I can show you what I received instead. And he's going to be sending these RFQs that he just generated to my email, and I'm going to receive it, and you're going to see how they look like. Take a few seconds. He's processing now. The idea here to explain to you is that our customers, as they want to communicate with these suppliers themselves and want to be recognized as the brand who's potentially buying from them, they want to send this, they want to get the replies in their inbox. They just want to be sure that these are sent on their behalf. So that's why we connect Gmail to this. So there it is. He just updated the emails. There you go. He updated the same email for every supplier. Now he's saying, I'm going to say yes, send now. So now he's going to send it. Take a few seconds, but he's going to send to all of these automatically. And you're going to see them getting into my inbox. There it is. He sent 5 to Guillermo Lobster 1985 at sapo.pt. So now let me show you what came in. So there is, my inbox has 5 emails. I'm going to actually update here, and there they are, all the 5 emails. And what it did, it just sent the supplier the email to the supplier with all the information, 20,000 pieces with the specification that I added, and he sent it to my email, right, with all the information that I had. In this case, the supplier would receive this and would reply directly to the email that's sent, which was, in this case, the email that I had added to the profile, right? So that I connected to the profile. And there it is. He sent 5 of them. As you can see, they're all individually identified as the suppliers that I wanted to reach out. If this was a normal process, it would just be reaching out directly to suppliers. Another thing that RFQbeast can do really well is processing documents. So let's use this document, this BOM, and let's ask him, please extract the products from this doc. He's going to take a few seconds. He's going to process the doc. He's going to extract every product that's in that document and provide you with a list of these products. And then from there, you can follow exactly the same process. You can find suppliers for any of those products or for all of them. So if you're manufacturing a specific product and you need to find suppliers for each of the components or each of the ingredients, you can do that in a very agile way with RFQbeast. You can just tell them, look, to all the 5 or 10 or 100 products I have in that list, find me 5 new suppliers for each of them in Europe or in China or in the US or in a specific location like New York, right? And he's going to go through the database and find them. And once he finds them, he can simply contact them all at the same time. So there it is. It took a few seconds, but he extracted them. There's a bunch of products in that list. He extracted not only the name of the product, but the quantity needed, the type of unit, and specs, right? So in this case, let's use one of this, like for example, this one, 11 junction box, and ask him find me 5 suppliers in the United States for product 11. And he's going to run the same process we had just for a specific product he extracted, and he's going to find these 5 suppliers for this product, and then we can take it from there and just follow the whole process that I just shown you. So this becomes very agile for someone who's doing sourcing of suppliers or procurement to make sure that he finds the suppliers he needs in a timely manner, and that he can communicate with all of them and request whatever he needs from these suppliers in order to sign a contract or to purchase from them, right? So it's a very agile system, and besides that, it allows you to go to the dashboard. In our dashboard, we store every product you ever searched for with a date, all the suppliers with their respective contacts, and if they were verified or not, and if you found them, if you contacted them, whatever. You can even export that, right? And finally, you store all the RFQs, all the emails you ever sent to the suppliers. So you always have access to this. And besides that, you have access to all the conversations that you ever done, right? And in this case, you can just restart the conversation. So there it is. You found 5 suppliers in the US, and we could just take it from here and contact them, send them an email or send them an RFQ and take it from there. So I think you now understand what it does. Thank you. Let me know if you have any questions.